Alright, back on Game Pulse for Payoff Pitch. I created a season so that we could play something other than exhibition games. 30 game season, and I played a couple. Reds beat the Mets 3-1, and the Indians behind Bob Lemon beat the Giants 4-2. So they were both good games. I got one game left on this first day of action, day one, and it's going to be Dodgers Tigers. So we'll play that one just to get the season started for all the teams. I'm going to take Detroit, so I'll set them as human. Looks like it's going to be Jack Morris and Gavin Smith. Stone, I didn't go crazy with I just generated lineups and rotations for all the teams. So Morris and Stone will be the first two pitchers. I wasn't going to go crazy to set this stuff up since it's just a demo. Matter of fact, this lineup I probably would have had slightly different, but again, it doesn't matter. We're just playing games to test out the software and all that. So these are not necessarily the lineups I would have went with if I really wanted to, go into it and do that kind of stuff. But let's just play some baseball. And we got Morris on the mound. Andy Pajas. Guy's name always drives me crazy, but he's leading it off. So here we go. And we got a tough right-handed, goes up into the 60s, but 52 is a strikeout. And Andy Pajes is struck out, and we're going to go to Gavin Lux, a guy whose name I can pronounce. And here we go, tough, and 95 is a fly to right. So two outs quickly here for the Dodgers, and Freddie Freeman will be the batter. And we got a patient right-handed, so he goes all the way up to 75. And a 9 is a walk. So Freeman is on with two out. And that'll bring up Mookie Betts. And we get a tough on Betts. Tough 26 to a strikeout, 30 to 45 for a hit, and 10 is a strikeout. So that's the end of the top of the first for the Dodgers. Bring up the Tigers in the bottom of the first against Gavin Stone. Is Stone's card. Looks like he's a 6 fatigue. And my phone is going crazy as we play. Kirk Gibson will lead it off here for Detroit. And 6 is tough, right-handed. So 1 to 34 are a strikeout, and 32 is a strikeout. So one out. Bring up Lou Whitaker. Two lefties here back to back. Again, I would not have constructed the lineup exactly that way, but that's okay. We got ballpark for a lefty. 1 to 62 wheelhouse. And it is a wheelhouse, and 9 is a home run. So Whitaker homers. Again, I feel like that home run pops up a little too fast. There's no drama to it, but that's a home run for Whitaker. And that will bring up Alan Trammell. 9 is tough on Trammell. 1 to 29 for a strikeout, but 31 to 48 is a single. We got 30 for a double. 14 is a strikeout. 2 out for Parrish. And 8 is in play right-handed. So 4 to 24 will be a hit, a single, and 1 to 3 will be a double, but 99 is way too big. There's a fly to left. So we're going to go to the top of the second. And Teoscar Hernandez will lead it off against Jack Morris. We didn't look at Morris. Morris is a fatigue 7, but he was a bulldog. He would just hang in there. Even when he wasn't pitching well, he would give up 4 or 5 runs and still hang in there and then get the win, 6 to 5 or something. In play, right-handed, 1 to 8 for a double. He got a triple number and some single numbers, but a 56 is a ground to the third, 1 out. Bring up Will Smith. See if he can slap something. 9 is tough. Tough right-handed. And 42 is a strikeout. 2 out. And that'll bring up Kiki Hernandez. And patient right-handed. Numbers only go up to 56 on patient. Oh, and 57 just misses it. And that is a fly to right. So we're going to go bottom 2. And Detroit will send up Darrell Evans. And we got a patient on Evans right-handed. He goes up to 70 on his patient column, and a 40 is a walk. So leadoff hitter for Detroit. I stopped. I took off the highlighting of the fielder because that was what was kind of slowing things down on the transition. So if you take that off, which is really not necessary since you see on the play screen where the ball goes, it goes much quicker and smoother. So that's an option for people who, like me, didn't really like the hesitation on the comeback screen. Larry Herndon will bat with a runner on first and nobody out. We're just going to swing. And here's a patient. And a 97 is too much fly. It's like right here, you know it's a fly to left, so you really don't need the highlight, and it's much smoother. See how much smoother it is going to the next screen? So Howard Johnson will bat. And 6 is tough. And we got a 97, and that's a fly to right. So 2 out. I think that was 2 out. And Barbaro Garbe will bat. And that's tough. Tough right-handed. He's going to strike out on a 1-35, but a 74 is just a fly to center, and we're going to go to the third. 1-0 Detroit. Dodgers looking for their first hit. It's going to be Jason Hayward. I was never a huge fan of Hayward's, but here's a tough right-handed, and 1-36 on the strikeout. And a 74 is a fly to center, 1 out. A lot of fly balls here early. Stone will bat. I have the pitchers hitting. I think I wanted DHs, but something went wrong in the translation. I thought I marked it, but its pitchers are still hitting. Here's in play, and right-handed is 1-3 on a double and 4-15 on a hit for the pitcher. But again, a high 96 number is a fly to left, which probably means we're going to get a bunch of low numbers at some point because we're getting all the high ones right now. Here's Andy Pajas. I'm going to practice that in my sleep. There's a ballpark result for a righty is 1-52 wheelhouse. It was an 80 in play, but he does get a base hit. So he's on with 2 out. And what did that say? I thought there was something maybe with the AI manager, but okay. Runner on first, 2 out for Lux. And we got a tough 22 is a strikeout. So Morris dealing. We go bottom 3. At least they got their first hit. And Morris will lead it off. I would not imagine he was much of a hitter since he didn't have to do it. Here's in play. And 51 is a fly to right. 1 out. Gibson will bat. And there's a 7 patient for Gibson. And a 67. He's hit by the pitch. So he's on. And again, we can scroll over here, and you can see in his first at-bat was a tough K. So now Whitaker, and of course Whitaker hit the home run on the ballpark. So runner on first, 1 out for Whitaker. He's going to swing. 8 is in play. 67 is grounded as short, so let's see about the double play roll. And it looks like just a fielder's choice. Yeah, it was a 10, so it's too high for the 6 and a fielder's choice. Let's try stealing with Whitaker. And it looks like he was safe. Lou Whitaker, it was a D steal, 1 arm, and 85 roll, and he was safe. So stolen base for Whitaker with 2 out. Bring up Trammell. And we got a tough on Trammell, but a 48 is a base hit, and that looks like it's going to probably score the run, and the Tigers are going to take a 2-0 lead. And that will bring up Lance Parrish with a runner on first and 2 out. And this is going to be a first defense check, and it's a check of the shortstop for an error, and it is an error. It's a single, looks like, plus an error. So that's going to be second and third, base on the single and a base on the error. Second and third, 2 out for Evans. Stone in a little trouble here, but he does get a tough, and a 20 is a strikeout, so he gets out of it. And that's going to bring us to the 4th for Freddie Freeman leading it off against Morris. And we got a patient and a 12. That's going to be a walk. Those patient low numbers are usually walks. And that's going to bring up Mookie Betts. And a 3 is tough. And a 64 is a grounded to second, though. So now, again, we get the double play roll. And it looks like it is a double play this time. The double play 2D6 was 6, and the double play was 6. So that is a double play. And there's 2 quick outs for Hernandez. Betts has a DP7, so Morris must have a DP6, and he does. So we used Morris's DP6 there. Hernandez, and in play on a 2, but 92 is too much, grounded to short, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Tigers. Herndon will lead it off against Stone, and 5 is in play, but 35 is just a pop to first, 1 out. Bring up Howard Johnson. Johnson, we got another in play, and a 47 grounded to first. So 2 quick outs, and Barbaro Garbe is up. And 9 is tough, and 28 is a strikeout. So Stone's pitching well too. 2 runs on 3 hits. And we're going to the 5th, 2-0. Mostly a pitcher's duel, only 4 hits in the game. Will Smith will lead it off against Morris. And 5 is in play right-handed. So 7 to 24 is a base hit, but 87 is just a grounded to short. 1 out. And this game moves along pretty quickly. Kike Hernandez. And in play, and 72. That's just a fly to center. 2 out. Like I say, you don't really need the highlight, and it speeds things up so much better. Here's Hayward. And 10 is patient, and 68 is too big for his patient. It went up to 63. That's a fly to center, and the Dodgers are gone quickly. We go bottom 5. Tigers 2-0. We're already in the middle of the 5th, and Morris will lead it off again. And in play, and 54 is just a fly to right. I usually don't like pitchers hitting, but it does sometimes make for a quicker, lower scoring games, which for me is what I prefer. Gibson leads it off. Gibson is up after the out by, here we go. After the out by Morris. So there's 1 out, but he gets a wheelhouse. So here we go, right-handed. 1 to 49 will be a home run for Kirk Gibson. See, this is why I like there's a little bit more drama this way, where we can hold off on the roll, whereas on the ballpark, boom, you just find out right away. And here we go. 85 is just a base hit for Gibson. So runner on first with 1 out for Whitaker. We'll let Whitaker swing. And there's an in play 2, and that's a double for Whitaker. And deep drive off the wall and right. Runners advance 2 bases. So Gibson will stop at third. Second and third, 1 out for Trammell. Tigers threatening again on Stone. But a tough, so here you don't want a strikeout. 1 to 29 will be a strikeout. 57, though, is a grounded a third. I didn't see. I don't think they brought the infield in on that. So let's just double check that. Let's see what happened here. It was a tough ground ball, third base. And the runner on third holds on grounded to third first. So according to this. So second and third, 2 out for Parrish. Stone now with a chance to get out of it. And 4 is tough. 38 is a strikeout, and he does get out of it, so they waste the double. We go to the 6th, 2-0. And Gavin Stone will lead it off, pitcher. And we got a patient on the pitcher, so 1 to 30, and he's going to get on. And it's a 14. The pitcher's on. That's trouble. Runner on first, nobody out for Andy Pajas. And we got a tough 17, struck him out, 1 out. So he walks the pitcher and strikes out the hitter. And Lux will bat. One thing about a pitcher on is he can clog the bases. Here's a tough 14, struck him out, 2 out. So Morris comes back. He must have been pissed about walking the pitcher. Here's Freeman. He can tie it up with 1 swing, but he's going to have to. He can't do it on a tough here. And the 73 is a fly to center. So we're going to go to the middle of the 6th, 2-0 in a quick, low-scoring game and a good one. Evans leads it off against Stone again. If we want to hover over, we can see Evans on a patient walked and then on a tough struck out. And we got a patient again here, and 92 is too much. Grounded to second, 1 out. Bring up Larry Herndon. 8 in play. 30 is a pop out to second, no good. He went up to 29 on the right-handed in play. So 2 out, and that'll bring up Howard Johnson. And that's a tough. He'll strike out on a 1 to 38, but he'll get a hit on a 39 to 52. But a 63 is just a grounded to short. And we're quickly going to the 7th. And Mookie Betts will lead it off against Jack Morris, pitching a 1-hitter. And in play here, and a 49 is a grounded to third. 1 out. Bring up Teoscar Hernandez. And here's a tough. And that's a strikeout, 2 out. Morris is dealing, and I've had a lot of good pitchers duels here in the first week. Now Shohei is coming in to pinch hit for Will Smith, which is weird. This is a weird move, having Ohtani pinch hit for Smith with nobody on base, but obviously he's still a big danger, and he gets a ballpark. So left-handed, 1 to 62 is going to be a wheelhouse, and if he gets that, it's pretty much a home run. And there it is, wheelhouse and home run. So Shohei pinch hits off the bench for Will Smith, which was a weird move, but he hits a solo home run, and it's 2-1 here in the 7th inning. And now we're going to get Max Muncy. So here in the 7th inning, the AI manager is going for broke with his pinch hitters. And there's another ballpark and another lefty. He's not as guaranteed at 1 for 57, but still. And it's a wheelhouse, but there's the 90, and this time they miss it with a grounder to second. Drama here. And we go to the middle of the 7th inning. It's 2-1. And we got some substitutions. Barnes replaces Otani. And defense replacement queued after pinch hit, whatever. AI manager pitching change to Kopech. And we're going to have Garbe leading it off. I could go to the bench now, 2-1. I got Bergman. I could go Bergman. I could go. Who else would make sense? I mean, I got other hitters like Johnny Grubbs, lefty, Rupert Jones, but Bergman I could actually stick in right field. What is Bergman? They don't give you the card here. I'd like to see the card here. 2-1 lead. Bergman. Oh, you got to click on him to get the card. He's a 3. He's an F3 in range. We have the lead. He's an F3 as well, though, so might as well. We're going to put Bergman in. I didn't want to weaken the defense too much, but it's pretty much the same deal, so we'll have Bergman hit. And we get a tough, and a 28 is a strikeout. 1 out. Now Morris, I'm going to let him hit and start the next inning. 12 is tough, and struck him out. 2 out. That's going to bring up Gibson. 9 is tough. And 95 is a fly to right. So that is that. We're going to go to the 8th inning. I'm letting Morris start the inning because he is a bulldog, but we'll see what happens. Multiple players assigned to... Oh, yeah, okay. I got to put Bergman in right. That should solve the problem. And here we go. Top 8. We got Hayward leading off against Morris. And that's a tough and a strikeout. 1 out. Let's see what they do with the pitcher slot. Sends in Rojas, and that's righty-righty. We'll let Morris face him. And ballpark right-handed. Now, he's only 1-21 for a home run. And we got an in-play and a fly to center, so that is 2 out. And that brings up Pajas, and again, we're going to let Morris face him. But a patient, he might get on here, and now we might play. There's a base hit. So now we got runner on first, 2 out for Lux. And now the question is, because obviously we have Willie Hernandez, we want to go for the 4-out save here. I don't see why we can't, so let's do that. Going to go for the 4-out save here. We're bringing in Hernandez. And there's a tough out. And a 56 is a strikeout. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. AI manager pitching change. We got Vesia. Whitaker obviously isn't going to bat. And a 9 is tough. And a 31 is a strikeout. 1 out. Got the lefty. Now we got to look on the left side of the cards. That always gets me with games like this, an inside pitch. The first time you get have to start looking on the other side of the card. Here's a patient and a walk for Trammell. So runner on first, 1 out for Parrish. This matchup is not bad as we got the righty against the lefty. Here's a tough though, and a 75 is a fly to center, 2 out. Man, did this game move fast. I'm gonna let Evans hit. And we got a tough and a 97 to fly to right. So here we go, 9th inning. Tigers holding on to a 2-1 lead in what has been a good game. It's only been 8 hits combined, and Edman is going to pinch hit. Willie Hernandez going for the 4-out save. And here's a tough and a 99 to fly to right. 1 out, 2 outs away, but it's Mookie Betts standing in his way here. And here's a patient out. And a 36 is a walk. Walks and hit by pitches still count even with patient out results. And he is on the tying run. And he's calling for a steal. And looks like he is safe. Steele A2A against the 2-arm, 27. He was safe. So runner on second, tying run on second with 1 out for Teoscar Hernandez. And here's a tough. And a 12, he struck him out. 2 out, runner on second. There's pretty good drama here. Austin Barnes going to try and tie the game. Willie Hernandez going for this save. Here we go. And it's going to be a tough on Barnes against the lefty. 1-32 for a strikeout. 33-55 for a hit. 79's a fly to center, and the game is over. Good game. Tigers win it 2-1, and they win their first game of the year. And there's Hernandez's save. Morris with the win. Stone with the loss. Pitched well, but lost. We had the drama of the pinch hit home run from Ohtani. Whitaker also homered. That was a good ball game, and thanks for watching.